With India's Omicron tally crossing the 200 mark, sources have told India today that Prime Minister Modi will be chairing a high-level meeting tomorrow late in the morning to review the COVID situation centered around Omicron. The centre has also issued advisories and guidelines to states amidst this intensifying situation. India Today brings you these ground reports from the metropolitan cities as well as Goa and some tourist destinations of the country. Take a look. A super mutant variant, another looming COVID wave, steadily climbing tally. A concerned government is now stepping up the Omicron fight. Prime Minister Narendra Modi is to hold a big review meeting on Thursday. The centre has also issued directives to states to step up measures to contain the Omicron spread, advising states to set up war rooms, impose night curfews if needed, and carry out door-to-door contact tracing and searches. The centre has also asked states to enforce home isolation and accelerate measures to ensure 100% vaccination. Delhi Disaster Management has banned all kinds of functions in view of Christmas and New Year. While parties themselves are banned, strangely, 200 people are being allowed to attend marriages and other such functions at the same time. The Delhi government has also imposed curbs on large gatherings and restricted seating capacity in restaurants to 50%. These curbs will remain in place till the end of the year.
Due to the rising Omicron cases, the DDMA has extended its pre-implemented COVID curbs till the 31st of December, due to which restaurants will still have to operate at a 50% capacity and large gatherings continue to be prohibited along with all religious gatherings.
Restrictions have also been imposed in Mumbai, where parties on terraces and beaches have been banned. However, Mumbaikars will be allowed to hold indoor parties with 50% capacity. Gatherings with 25% capacity are allowed in open areas. Special approval will also be required for a gathering of over 1,000 people.
BMC officials is also saying that it is keeping an eye on the situation. If continuous rise in the Omicron cases are there in the city, then more stricter curbs can be applied.
The Karnataka government, meanwhile, has also imposed a ban on mass gatherings. Restaurants and bars will only be allowed to function with a 50% customer capacity. No special events or DJ parties are being allowed anywhere in the state of Karnataka. Tourists who've been flocking to Goa in the holiday season will face an imposition of Section 144, which prevents gatherings of more than 3 people. The state government has also been asking people to adhere to social distancing norms and wear masks at all times. Many of these rules across cities and tourist destinations in the country could intensify in the days ahead. India Today will keep you updated. Bureau Report, India Today. And I want to get you the very latest from our big cities. Mustafa Sheikh is reporting from Mumbai. Shreya Chatterjee reporting from Delhi. Karthik is with me live from Bengaluru. Welcome to all of you. Shreya, coming to you first. We've just seen the Delhi Disaster Management Authority banning parties, New Year get-togethers of any kind. For New Year, they're still allowing weddings with 200 people, which is an incredible amount of hypocrisy. But leaving that aside, I'm just wondering, Shreya, are people from Delhi just going to, move into Gurgaon to party, or the other suburbs, Gurgaon and Noida and elsewhere, because those restrictions haven't been imposed in the suburbs of Delhi just yet?
Well, absolutely so. That's something that probably the people in the national capital will opt for, because that's something that's not been mentioned in the guidelines, even though in the national capital they will not be permitted to go forward and party because large gatherings have been prohibited. But we do see that 50% of seating capacity in restaurants are allowed in 200 people gathering at the functions and personal functions like marriages has been allowed. So definitely people can carry forward and go and enjoy their party in Gurgaon or probably in Noida. And the thing that will be managed in Delhi, what we do know, there's been an order to keep strict vigil passed on to the DMs as well as the district DCPs. So that's in the national capital, but very well, as you pointed out, they could move to Noida and Gurgaon to enjoy their parties.
Probably what's going to happen, that by default, people will be wondering, if I'm not going to be allowed to party here, but people are being allowed to go for shadis, I might as well go to Gurgaon and party. Mustafa, Section 144 imposed. The numbers are high. Once again, Maharashtra, leading with the number of Omicron cases. It doesn't look like there's going to be much of a festive atmosphere this new year. How are Mumbaikars planning to, beat the year-end blues?
Well, Shiva, there is yet to get any clarity because the bookings happened much earlier. There is Christmas Eve, there's New Year's, but BMC as of now has only said that 200 people, more than 200 people gathering will require permission from the Assistant Municipal Commissioner of that concerned ward. Whether these restrictions are extended ahead is something which they are waiting to see. Just yesterday there were around 11 cases of Omicron variant detected in Mumbai and in Maharashtra, and now the report for today is awaited. So the situation is critical. It's being regularly monitored, but like last year, it doesn't look like that there will be easy party destinations available for Mumbaikars. But at this point of time, the guideline says that permission is required for more than 200 people. Whether there is any restriction on these gatherings is something we'll have to wait and watch for. Back to you.
Okay, Karthik, what about Bengaluru? There are restrictions that are coming into place for Omicron. What are people who've already got party plans, get-togethers planned? Are they going to be cancelled at the last minute? What's going to happen?
Well, Chief, the Karnataka government has announced some stringent measures ahead of the New Year celebration in Bengaluru and across the state. The Karnataka Chief Minister yesterday announced that no mass gatherings will be allowed across the state. And he also said that only in bars and restaurants, no DJ parties will be allowed. And parties can happen only with a 50% seating capacity. And also all those who attend the parties and also all the staff need to be double vaccinated. Now, this is the stringent measures that have been imposed by the Karnataka government. As far as Omicron cases in Karnataka are concerned, there were around 19 cases that were reported in the state so far, out of which it has been reported that only 4 are currently active and all of them are concentrated in Bengaluru.
Yeah.
But the Karnataka government is leaving no stone unturned, and the BBMP, the Brihat Bengaluru Mahanagara Palika, has also said that anyone who's coming to OPD section in private hospitals with SARI or illnesses will have to mandatorily undergo COVID-19 testing. So the government is leaving no stone unturned in ensuring that no mass gatherings or other events turn into super spreaders this New Year's in Karnataka.
Okay, so there are going to be restrictions in all the big cities, in Goa, in all the tourist destinations as well, and you will see information about all of that flash periodically on your screen. So you keep watching India Today, and I assure you, you will have the information you need. All the questions that you're asking, that we are picking up on social media from our viewers as well, we are going to answer all of those on screen for you non-stop here on India Today. Thanks very much to all of you for bringing me those ground updates. But meanwhile, even as experts try to get a fix on what's going to happen, and even as the Prime Minister holds that big review meeting, there's politics that's continuing to rage over, you guessed it, the booster dose, because you've been wondering about it as well. Questioning the centre's vaccine policy, Congress frontman Rahul Gandhi has asked when the government's going to begin administering booster doses. And amidst all this Omicron uncertainty, several voices within the opposition and health experts have similarly echoed Rahul Gandhi's views. The centre, on its part, has maintained that the need, timing and the nature of the booster dose will be based on scientific consensus and cannot be the result of politics.
The Omicron variant is spreading fast, making even fully vaccinated vulnerable, making breakthrough infection increasingly common. While fully vaccinated, healthy individuals can still count on evading hospitalization due to Omicron, the demand for a booster dose for enhanced protection is gaining momentum. The Congress has asked the government to ensure booster vaccination, with party MP Rahul Gandhi stressing on the need. Rahul claimed that India will fail to meet the 60% vax coverage target by December and will end up with just 42% full vaccination.
Of course, everyone knows it spreads much faster than Delta variant, but it's not clear on how severe it is. The current vaccines are not necessarily working with this variant. So we have to be careful on how we are thinking about vaccinating, and also get ready to accept that we might have to vaccinate everybody else again for this variant with a new booster.
Why is the government taking so long to come up with an official stance? Are they for booster doses? Are they for vaccines for children? Yes or no? Why are they taking so long?
The government has accused the opposition of spreading misinformation on vaccines. Many states have already mounted a demand for booster COVID vaccinations, especially states which are on the verge of meeting full vaccination targets.
हम चाहते हैं कि अब बूस्टर डोज अलाउ की जाए। इस बारे में केंद्र सरकार परमिशन देता है, तो मेरी केंद्र सरकार से निवेदन है कि जो लोग 2 डोज ले चुके हैं उनको बूस्टर डोज देने की इजाज़त दी जाए।
मैंने बूस्टर डोज के लिए सबसे पहले आवाज़ उठाई देश के अंदर कि बूस्टर डोज का टाइम आ गया। 9 महीने हो गए, साल भर हो गया फर्स्ट डोज लगे हुए। जो बीमार है 60+ उम्र के हैं, ये बीमार है, उन सबके प्रायोरिटी में बूस्टर डोज लगनी चाहिए। अभी कोई स्कीम नहीं है भारत सरकार, योजना में नहीं।
The government on its part has indicated that vaccinating all with 2 doses remains its priority, awaiting expert views on a possible booster.
As we have said, and as the Honourable Health Minister Sahab has said in the Parliament, the need and the timing and the nature of boosting, if any, will be based on scientific decisions, scientific thinking, and that is what the government is engaged with.
The opposition also questioned political rallies being organised despite the Omicron threat.
हमने सेकेंड वेव भी देखा था, देश में इतनी बुरी तरीके से फैला था, उससे कुछ सीख कर पॉलिटिकल रैलीज इन सब पे किसी तरीके का नियंत्रण लाया जाएगा।
अभी यूपी का चुनाव है, बड़ी रैलियां करना है, लोग मरे तो मरे, राम का मरे, रहीम का मरे, मोदी की वोट बैंक भरे।
Amid forecasts of a spike in the number of COVID cases, there's renewed interest in the booster shot for those already vaccinated. Private hospitals are flooded with requests for the booster dose, following reports that boosters are being administered abroad. Bureau Report, India Today.
Now, just to update you on what the government is saying right now on those booster doses, because you're wondering with this Omicron coming, where is that booster dose? Well, amidst this entire scare, the government says scientific evidence related to the booster shot dosage is being studied at this point of time. The schedule for a booster jab in India and justification is currently under review. There could be an announcement soon. The government wants to focus on completing the second dose rollout for all eligible population in the country. The government is drawing up a policy on boosters. Studies are currently underway. The right booster, the correct interval is currently under scrutiny. All of that will be decided as part of a big booster rollout policy, which will perhaps be out very, very soon. Now, the Omicron-led third wave could hit India by February is the general consensus among experts. This warning by medical practitioners, virologists and experts has once again put things into perspective, because we all remember that horrifying second wave earlier this year, that the pandemic isn't over. Here's what we know about this expected third wave.
When will the third wave hit India? And how bad will it be? These are the few questions baffling epidemiologists for a while now. Latest projections by the head of COVID Supermodel Committee, Vidya Sagar, and IIT Kanpur Professor Manindra Agarwal suggest the third wave may unfold by February. The projections suggest India is likely to witness around 1.5 to 1.8 lakh cases every day by the end of February. The only silver lining in all this is that this wave is likely to be less severe than the second wave that was driven by the Delta variant. The fall in cases after hitting the peak is also expected to be quick. Projections also suggest that hospitalization will be low, since a significant number of Indians will be fully vaccinated by then.
The most pessimistic scenario, which is you have totally lost any vaccine protection, and the natural immunity due to prior exposure to Delta is eroding very quickly, we foresee a peak of something like 1.5 to 1.8 lakh cases per day happening somewhere towards the end of February.
Okay. These projections are made keeping in mind the Omicron threat. In South Africa, the COVID cases, after peaking in mid-December, are seeing a sharp decline. The average daily deaths were less than 50 during the peak.
A very, very sharp peak, very quick rise followed by very sharp decline. Again, as Professor Agrawal has pointed out, we can look at South Africa as a model. They had peaked in just under 3 weeks. And now the number of daily cases in South Africa is 33% lower than the peak. So that means a sharp drop in cases in just 1 week's time from the peak.
But with Omicron cases rising to over 200 in the country and over 5,000 new infections being reported on Tuesday, the picture can change rather quickly. With Sneha Murdani, Bureau Report, India Today.